Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Easton Cook, and back in March, I went to Japan. Well, originally I went to Maui with my family a week before Japan, and then I took Hawaiian Air over to Honolulu, and then straight over to Japan from there. Y'all, this trip was incredible. I had no idea how much I would love Tokyo. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you all about my trip, but before I do, of course, make sure to subscribe and like the video. It really does help out. Now let's talk. The day I got in, I followed the same formula I nearly always follow when I travel internationally. Didn't do much, just found the hotel, ordered some food, explored like a little bit, and then once 10 to 11 p.m. local time set in, I went to bed. Not much to talk about on arrival days because honestly, I believe in rest. Now the next day we went to DisneySea. Oh, and I say we because I met up in Japan with one of my closest friends. His name's Jackson. If you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen him before. And we didn't just meet there by happenstance. We both had time off, so we planned this like a couple weeks in advance. We're like, hey, we got a week off. Where do you want to go? I don't know, Japan. And we went. Now originally, DisneySea was not part of the plan at all. However, we did book the cheapest hotel that kept us kind of in the heart of Tokyo. And this hotel was a Hilton that just happened to be part of the Disney property. So it was like 2 train stops away to go to DisneySea. So naturally, we went. Also, we checked the prices. It was like $40 for a day, which is a steal. And I'm not much of a theme park guy. Now, don't get me wrong, I will go, all right? Don't take that as I don't like theme parks. I just don't go out of my way for them. But because this theme park was so close, and apparently it's unlike any other Disney theme park, we went. I would totally go back. It was a lot of fun. We rode as many rides as possible. One of the rides, notably Tower of Terror, it was amazing. And as I mentioned, DisneySea is different. It's actually independently owned, I believe, and so every ride is sponsored by like Panasonic or a different kind of sponsorship. Just something that made me laugh. And you also have to have the DisneySea app. It's kind of its own thing, but this was a great experience. If you have a choice between the other Disney theme park in Tokyo and you've got DisneySea, if you have to pick one, DisneySea. And at the end of the day, they do this show on the water, and it was amazing. If you go, you absolutely have to stay for this show. And we only had about 4 full days in Tokyo, so every day was utilized to the fullest, except for, of course, departure day and arrival day. But the next full day we went to the Owl Café. And y'all, we planned this one in advance because tickets sell out so fast, it's insane. I'll put a link in the description below because this is a must. It's an absolute must. It was incredible. I honestly, I had no idea how much I would love this event. Here's some footage of the Owl Café. Now, you don't actually eat, but look at us holding the owls. It is a room full of owls that you can hold. They clearly are well taken care of. As I mentioned in all my videos, this is important to me. It's kind of weird because at first you walk up to a building and the building seems so small that it's like there's no way it's this like world-renowned owl cafe, but it is. It's got pictures of owls all on the outside of it. I figured you'd maybe get to pet the owls at most, but no, it turns out you get to hold them. You get to bond with at least 2 of them for like 15 to 30 minutes. It is so amazing. Look at this little owl. Look, I miss my little buddy. Look how annoyed they look sometimes. I love this so much. The same. So that was the Owl Cafe. That was our main event during the day, but at night we booked something special as well. We booked this weeks in advance as well. You absolutely have to. This is our Mario Kart racing. Now it's not actually Mario Kart. I just call it that because you do race go-karts on the streets of New York. You don't actually race them, but like you drive them. You get dressed up and provided costumes by the company, and you can bring your own, but let me just tell you from experience, I thought about bringing my own, and then I'm glad I didn't. They have so many great options, and they're all pretty warm, especially if you go on a colder night like we did. So much fun, as you can see in the footage here. Some of the locals would actually cheer us on. If we were at like a stoplight, they would get pictures with us. I was Pikachu, Jackson was Charizard. It was just a great Pokemon party. The night was pretty cold, so again, I'm glad that we did take some of the onesies that they offered. We even went over a rainbow bridge. Yes, just like in Mario Kart racing. You must have an international driver's license, and for some reason they are very specific. They will only take it from AAA. If it's not AAA, they actually might not take you. It costs about $20 from AAA, and the moment I walked in and said, hey, I'm going to Tokyo, I just need to get, and they were already ready for it. I mean, they're like, oh, you doing the racing thing? I said, yes. So they're very used to this. AAA, remember that. And again, if you do plan on going to Tokyo and you plan on doing this, which I do recommend, get tickets in advance. You do not want to wait till last minute. Naturally, to get most of this footage, I wore my Meta Ray-Bans because using a phone while driving is unlawful in Tokyo, and they take it very serious. Honestly, felt like a kid. I was just laughing all the way. It was awesome. The next day was a bit more of a travel day. We spent so much time exploring the city of Tokyo that we thought, hey, what's on the outside, and maybe let's go to the mountain. So we went to an Onsen. This is a natural hot spring occurring in the mountains. It required a few trains and a couple of bus rides and even a taxi, but it was incredible, absolutely worth it. There are very strict rules that you must follow. For example, it is fully nude. There's a guy's side and a girl's side. The springs were hot and completely natural. It was an extremely humbling experience because if you're uncomfortable with nudity, you got to get comfortable with it. You must remove your shoes as well and obviously shower off before getting into the springs and shower off after. It is a totally vulnerable and healing type of setting. I would absolutely do this again. It was an amazing cultural experience. Obviously, I don't have any footage to share because duh. But once we were done there, we took a bus and a couple trains, got back to the hotel, and basically went right to bed. And easily one of the best night's sleep I've had. Now, the next day, we went to the big crosswalk, Shibuya Crossing. This is something my friend wanted to do, and I'm really glad he wanted to because I would have not even thought about it. It was a really cool experience because the moment the light turns green for pedestrians to start walking, it's just a ton of chaos, but everybody has somewhere to go. If you don't know where you're going, you will just get totally swept up in the crowd. Here's some footage from the experience. We only went there for maybe 10 minutes just to actually experience it, and I recommend it. We did this on departure day, so we had to get to the airport. There wasn't a lot of time to spend anyway. Now, a couple things you might want to know before going to Tokyo. Apple Pay is nearly everywhere. I did not pull out a credit card very often at all. Obviously, still travel with a credit card. Also, the Suica app works for the majority of trains and buses in Japan, even some taxis. You can download and reload this card in your virtual wallet. I used the Apple Wallet, so all I had to do was hit the plus button and then look for the transit setting, and Suica was right there when I looked for it. Public transit is so easy to utilize and it's ubiquitous, so there's really not a need for a rental car. Japan is known for its incredible customer service, so if you know me, you know that when I travel internationally, I almost exclusively stay in Airbnbs. For this, we stayed in a hotel because Japan's known for its customer service, and in an Airbnb, you're not gonna really get customer service. And let me tell you, this is a special exception that I would make again and again. The customer service was incredible. The hotel was amazing. The buffet every morning was awesome. If you travel to Japan, I say hotel. And Japan is so safe. So it's actually one of the safest countries in the world. As you may know, I personally don't prefer to solo travel, but if you are one of those, Japan is a great place to start. Conclusion, I would go back in a heartbeat and I absolutely plan on it. I loved it so much. And that is all for today, y'all. Thanks for watching. Make sure and like the video. Make sure and subscribe. You can also follow me on the socials at Easton Explores, and you can shop my Amazon storefront, which is all in the link in the description below. I'll talk to y'all next time. God be with you.